ようこそ。
Hello, you maggot-infested polar bears, and welcome to my review of Spirit Hunter Deathmark, which is out for pretty much everything except your calculator, which you've owned for 20 years. Now, the first thing I want to say is the atmosphere on this game is incredible. It sucks you in instantly. You hear about this rumour about there being like a scar or a mark on your arm or your leg or your eyeball. If you have that mark, eventually you will die. As simple as that. It's a bad mark, a naughty mark, some would say. And the way it's told is from still images. There's a lot which, if you don't like, unfortunately that's a bad sign for you. You probably won't enjoy this game as much. But if you're happy to look at still images, very well drawn images, I will say, and characters, then it's not going to bother you, and you'll get drawn into the atmosphere straight away. Like I said, the art style is fantastic. It's very creepy, very eerie, which obviously fits the theme. Yeah, it's not your bubbly anime style art style. It's very gritty and very dark, which I really like. As well as a point and click game, it's very visual novel light as well. Obviously everything's done by dialogue, but it's not a case of just keep interacting with people. There is a lot of exploration to be done for the different chapters that you will play, and they will take place in different areas of the game. There are also very few vocal prompts, so you won't expect it to all be dubbed the entire time. Every now and then you'll just hear like a little quip from a character or a little line from somewhere in the distance that you didn't even know someone was there. And again, it just adds that little creepiness where you're just kind of in the zone, reading, having a look at the areas, and then suddenly this voice pops up. Along with that is the sound design is incredible. It really does play tricks with you because you'll kind of hear in the distance these very strange noises which mean absolutely nothing, but you're kind of still on the lookout going, well, hold on a minute, that's not in the right place, or where is that? Is that following me? Is something chasing me? So it's really good that it kind of plays on your mind. The gameplay is split up, like I said, it's kind of visual novel like, so you do get your choices, your dialogue choices, which can affect whether you live or you die. Not only that is, if you choose the wrong answer, sometimes there's instant death. That's it, it's just completely wrong, like, oh, there's a giant blade coming towards me, I will stand still. Okay, that's probably going to be instant death. But there's also some options where if you get them wrong, you have this spirit power, and what it does, if you get that wrong, it takes away some of your spirit power. So you could get, say, 3 lines of dialogue wrong for the answers, and you'll still be fine. You can still press on, which is good. So it's not just everything, oh, you made one wrong choice, that's it, dead straight away. That's not the case. As long as you find some talismans which kind of boost your power back up again, then you can make a few wrong answers, which you're going to, because you do get some strange ones which you think, okay, that will be what I choose, and then it's the wrong one. Don't forget, logic doesn't always apply when everyone's scared and panicky. Like I said, there's also search mode as well, so it's not just all played through dialogues. You get to go to different areas, go to different sections of that place, and have a little flashlight, wave it around the room like some kind of lunatic, looking for any and everything that kind of sparkles. You then get your prompts and try and find something. Again, I'm being very loose on the details because this game is definitely best. The little you know from it, the better it will be for you. So this bit, which you're all seeing, all this gameplay, all this reading, I guess for you, that's pretty much just straight away from the game, so I'm not spoiling anything except maybe the first 10 minutes. I won't ruin it for you. I don't tend to do that in these kind of things. The boss fights in this game are also pretty interesting. There's a way to either destroy the boss or save the boss, so that I will give you, that there is 2 options to defeat your foe. You can either, that's it, like I said, destroy them or save them, whichever you want to do. It is up to you. I tried to do both when I found out, so that was it. The first I was like, oh, I just saved the very first boss, and then suddenly realised, wait a minute, I just destroyed that one. So then that was it. I went through trying to get them both at the same time to see how they differed and how it changed the story. One thing I will say though is if you do die in a boss fight, you do get these long animations which you can't skip. So if you are like me and you were trying to get both options of that fight done, it will take a long time if you aren't sure on how to defeat that boss, and sometimes you have to do them in a specific order, and if you do it slightly wrong, you can end up just completely messing it up and having to do it all again. So that, I must admit, is a bit frustrating. That and the fact there's no chapter select option. If you are on the first chapter, it's up to you if you want to just save and then make sure the next one's in a completely different slot, I made sure to have a few of them, so just in case I did make the wrong choice somewhere along the line, I could then fall back on it. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. There is no choice for that, especially in this kind of game. And the last thing I will say, while I have been super positive about this, one other thing which might turn people off is the fact that I can only really see this game being good for 1, maybe 2 playthroughs, depending on how you play it. Like I said, if you're like me, I did them both. So I defeated the bosses in both ways. So that's it. My kind of playstyle, that's it, is kind of done in one, and I've got like kind of the both endings from it. Whereas you may want to just ignore me and go one way, just trying to save all the bosses, then start the whole thing again, and then destroy the bosses. But there's not really many twists and turns. Once you know how it's all played out, you're not really going to be surprised, so you might not enjoy it as much in that second playthrough. But again, I could be wrong. So yeah, that is Spirit Hunter Deathmark. Definitely worth checking out. It's, like I said, it's on everything, every console, every PC. Sure, it's on Windows 95. So yeah, do check it out. There's also a sequel which I'm interested in as well, so I'll probably play that at some point too. But yeah, enjoy yourselves and don't get spooked by the creepy doll.